Hi, my name is Winston Say, and I would like to introduce my final project for the ENMF 623 CAD/CAM CAE course for the fall 2023 semester. In this presentation, I will share with you a high-level overview of the design and development process for a novel concrete-based 3D printer. As a continuation from the literature review project, we have learned that Canada is currently experiencing a housing crisis. Our nation's ability to address the housing demand has been challenged by shortages in skilled labor, which had resulted in an increase in the cost for housing. However, governments and organizations beyond our nation's borders had pivoted their attention towards the goal of increasing automation in housing construction, such as applying additional additive manufacturing methodologies for the fabrication of building components. This had therefore motivated this project to answer how we can automate housing construction in Canada and how we can apply additive manufacturing technologies for the fabrication of building components. A possible solution to the two problem statements would be to use an existing concrete 3D printer, as numerous concrete 3D printers have already been designed, prototyped, and built, as can be seen on this slide. However, we have identified the opportunity to develop a novel concrete 3D printer design that could support larger 3D prints and could utilize lead screw drives and could feature an extruder side trowel design to improve the quality of the prints. Existing concrete 3D printers have been reliant on belt-driven actuators, which were known to suffer from positional repeatability. Lead screw drives could offer more precision and rigidity when compared to its belt-driven counterparts. Additionally, this new printer design could feature a side sharpening trowel, which had previously been proposed by other researchers for smoothing the surface finish of the 3D prints. Additionally, current concrete-based 3D printers have traditionally been also built as large as 6 meters by 5 meters by 6 meters. Therefore, this project presented the opportunity to develop a larger sized 3D printer, as a larger build area could support multiple print jobs under one setup, resulting in cost and time savings. Following the initiation of the project, a high-level project workflow and 4 project milestones were defined. These milestones include the modeling of the individual parts, followed by the assembly. Static studies would then be conducted on components deemed as an opportunity for design optimization. Finally, cost and sustainability analyses were used to reveal the product's total cost and environmental impacts. This project workflow could be used in future design iterations. As mentioned in the project workflow, the first project milestone involved the modeling of the individual parts. The parts modeling process involved the generation of CAD models for the extruder, frames, carriages, and motor systems. Additionally, smaller components including the bolts, nuts, and links were also created. Overall, the 3D printer design would be comprised of 19 unique components as shown on the slide. All 19 components would be made of alloy steel and would be assembled at the final site as per the assembly drawings. The finalization of the parts modeling process enabled the project to proceed towards meeting its second project milestone, assembly. The procedure for assembly required the 4 column units to be first bolted into the floor. With the column units now secured, the 4 Z motor units could be installed on the column units. The working plane could then be set on top of the 4 Z motor units, and the 2 Y motor units could then be bolted onto the working plane component. Finally, the X motor, X frame, and extruder assembly could be assembled, completing the assembly of all the major components. The side trowel mechanism could be subsequently installed on the extruder housing. The final assembly of the printer should resemble the image as shown on the slide. A bill of materials with additional information on the individual parts and their respective quantities was also presented on the slide for your reference. With the assembly now completed, all the components were reviewed to evaluate the design and to explore future opportunities for optimizing the design. The 2 components selected for static studies and design optimization were the X-frame and working plane components. The static analysis would highlight regions of maximum stress concentrations and determine values for maximum deflection. In the case of both components, high deflection along its span would result in the lead screw running parallel to bear a bending load. This would therefore affect the motor's performance and could impact the printer's accuracy. For the initial design of both components, it was found that the maximum stress and deflection occurred when the load was applied at the center of the frame. However, both components experienced von Weiss's stresses with a factor of safety of over 200, which implied that the current parts were over-designed. These results have therefore motivated the use of design studies to optimize the current design. The design studies function was used to solve a minimization problem pertaining to the amount of alloy steel needed to manufacture the X-frame and working plane components. In this case, the optimization function was defined to minimize the total mass of each respective component. This optimization function would be subject to the predetermined constraints. In the case of the X-frame, constraints were set so that the total displacement of the part must not exceed 0.5 millimeters, and the thickness of the part would only be the variable in this problem. The thickness of the X-frame was allowed to be reduced by up to 500 millimeters. Similarly, the working plane component also shared the same optimization function and constraint for the total displacement allowed. However, the working plane component allowed a thickness reduction of up to 1000 millimeters as determined by the initial dimensions of the component's initial design. The result of the design studies optimization procedure found that the optimal thickness of the X-frame should be 400 millimeters and the optimal thickness of the working plane should be 325 millimeters. Upon completing the design optimization, the total cost of the assembly was determined to be $76 million. It was also found that the larger components contributed the most to the total cost. One possible opportunity would be to use off-the-shelf bolts and nuts to reduce this cost value. A sustainability analysis was determined based on the assumption that a product would be manufactured in Asia and be primarily used in North America. A similar trend was revealed by the sustainability analysis in that the larger components contributed the most across all the impact categories. It should also be noted that a 20% improvement was realized per increase of 10 years of product usage. Further analysis on the use of other materials and manufacturing processes could be conducted to lower the printer's environmental impacts. In conclusion, a novel 3D printer design that could support prints up to 16,000 millimeters wide, 16,000 millimeters long, and 8,000 millimeters tall have been proposed. This printer would feature lead screw drives and an adjustable extruder side trowel. The evaluation studies revealed that future improvements could be derived from design optimization. Also, the total cost in addition to the environmental impacts could be reduced by using off-the-shelf components, a different material selection, and an alternative manufacturing process. Thank you for listening to my presentation, and please feel free to reach out to me if you have any questions or comments.